We are at the Kelpies, and there's the motorway just there. We didn't come on the motorway today, but it is absolutely freezing today. It's blowing an absolute hoolie as well. We wanted to get the drone up, but I don't think that's going to happen today. But these are the Kelpies. They are modelled on two Clydesdale horses called Duke and Baron, and they're built by a man called Andy Scott in 2013. It was completed, and they're quite impressive. They weigh 300 tonnes each, and they're over 100 foot high as well. Very impressive. And apparently these Clydesdale horses were modelled, or the horses they were modelled on kind of reflect the fact that those horses used to drive a lot of the industry around here. They would pull the canal boats, they would help to drive wheels in factories, that kind of thing. And they also are a water spirit as well, which can change shape and form when it comes out of the water and be anything you want it to be. So that's why they're surrounded by water. And they are pretty darned impressive, I would say.
Call it off, let it go.
So we are now at the Falkirk Wheel, and we've just actually watched the wheel go round with a boat in it. And there's an interesting question inside which says if there are 4 boats in one section, one in the top bit and none in the bottom, will that make the wheel not work? But actually it doesn't work like that, because it's actually based on the weight of the water, and the boats displace the water, so it doesn't matter how many boats are in each one, actually it still will go round. This was built in the year 2000. It started in 2000, was completed in 2002. And it basically joins the two canals together without a whole series of locks, which presumably is what used to be here before. And this is, although it's called the Falkirk Wheel, it's actually basically a beam, and it's almost like a balance beam, if you like. And when one end goes down, the other one just comes up. Yeah, it's been very interesting. Very slow when it works, when it goes round, but it's very interesting to watch it. So we are in Broughty Ferry, which is probably a suburb of Dundee, just outside Dundee. And we're by the beach here, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It's very, very windy today, but this is going to be our park for the night spot. And yeah, we're very much looking forward to it. It looks lovely. Hopefully it'll be nice and quiet as well, not too many other people around. So we are in Pitlochry today, and we just had our lunch at Mac and Pinch, which was very, very tasty. I had a jacket potato, Roger had loaded fries, and we're having a little explore. We're looking for a rucksack for Roger really, but we can't really see anything that's suitable at the moment. But we're going to have a little explore of the shops, and then we're going to go to the salmon ladder. We are now by the Pitlochry fish ladder, and this is where the salmon come. And basically they don't have to jump over each of these stone bits, they basically swim underneath. Has to still go up, but they swim underneath until they get to the top there where the reservoir is. And so far this year, there's been 3,465 salmon that have made their way upstream, but that's about, well, a fifth of what it used to be basically, because there used to be about 12,000 every year that would come up here. But they don't know why that. They think that's mostly to do with climate change and conditions on the rivers and things changing, which is very sad. We have seen one kind of just on the live feed there, just going in, but yeah, only one, and that's very sad really. It takes about 12 hours, so they only travel in the day, and it takes them about 12 hours to get up here. And there's a whole thing about the lifestyle of the salmon and that kind of, the life cycle of the salmon and that kind of thing as well. And they were saying that they now count the salmon through artificial intelligence, which has learnt to recognise the salmon's features, and rather than having people sitting there with a window counting them as they go past. So this is the Pitlochry suspension bridge, and it's only designed for pedestrians and bicycles that need to be walked over. It was built in 1913, this bridge. It's very, very wobbly when you walk on it, which is quite surprising. But no, it's a very cool little bridge, and it looks up to the dam and also over to the Festival Theatre as well. So here we are in the middle of the moors, and we're in the Cairngorm Mountains. We went into Pitlochry earlier on, had a little wander around, didn't we? It was very nice, had lunch, it was very nice. And now we've decided to park up here. Absolutely incredible views behind us. And there was been a couple of cars come in, and they walked dogs and fly drones and various bits and pieces, haven't they? Typical.
Yep.
Every time we were trying to fly the drone, they were trying to do theirs as well, but that's fine. But yeah, it's lovely up here. I think it'll be blooming cold tonight though.
Yes. We weren't intending to stay quite this close to where we stayed last night, although, you know, we have gone a couple of hours or so. But we saw this place and just thought, yeah, looks really nice.
Yeah, why
Let's
not?
stay here for the night.
Why not? It's a lovely spot. And hopefully it's going to, well, it would be nice if it was not cloudy tonight so we could get a nice view of the stars, but I'm not sure that's going to be the
Yeah,
case.
this is certainly dark cloud or dark sky night.
Dark cloud night, yeah.
Dark, yeah, something or other. But yeah, no, it's at the moment it's quite cloudy. It comes and goes, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. There are patches that are nice and bright, so we might have to come out later on and see what it's like, really.
Later on.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll have to see.
When it gets dark.
You sure about that? So we've just been driving up the Glenshee Road, and this apparently is the highest road in Britain, at 670 metres. Built in the 1800s, did you say, Rog?
I did indeed, yeah.
And it leads to quite a number of hydroelectric dams and things around the area, but this comes up to the Glenshee Ski Centre, and that's hopefully where we're going to stop next, is the Glenshee Ski Centre. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but I'm assuming it's going to be just round this bend. We've been very lucky with the weather today, but it has just been raining, which isn't great, but it's a very sort of on-off showery day, isn't it? Really?
It is, and visibility is actually quite good, which is nice.
It is, yeah. Yeah, at least it's not grey and foggy.
No, because the scenery around here is absolutely stunning.
It is amazing. We're still climbing at the moment, as you can probably tell.
It's certainly climbing a lot, actually, aren't we?
We are.
Wouldn't want to cycle up here.
Definitely, or down. I don't bring
Or
achy
down,
hands
yeah,
if I have to
exactly.
cycle down. But no, brakes.
This looks like it might be the summit.
It does indeed. This is the Glenshee Ski Centre, I believe. There's a farmer there unloading sheep, I should say, not unloading sheep. Unloading sheep.
668 metres above sea level.
And now we're in Aberdeenshire. So this is the Fife Arms Hotel in the middle of Braemar. And we're in Braemar just because we thought we'd drive through it and see what it was like. We've parked near the place where the Braemar gathering happens. It's a bit rainy and wet. We've had a little wander through the village, but we just love this view with this fantastic hotel, mountain in the background, river next to it. Absolutely gorgeous. Welcome, or should I say 100,000 welcomes to the site of the Braemar gathering, also known as the Highland Games. And Balmoral Castle is a few miles down the road that way, and Charles and Camilla, and previously to that the Queen, often come to the Braemar gathering. They have tossing the caber, they have, I'm not sure what else they have actually, but they have tossing the caber, and they have various other events going on here. What was that, Rod, sorry?
Tug of war.
Tug of war, and various other things going on here. They also have shot putting as well. Yeah, which is like shot putting, isn't it really? Yeah, and this is where it happens. So this is the ringing stone, and it happens to be just where we've parked for the night. And usually, if you hit two rocks together like this, it kind of clunks together. You get that sort of sound. But apparently, on this rock here, it makes a tinny ringing sound. So we're going to find out if that's true or not. And it certainly does. I don't quite know why. Some people say it's because the rock is hollow, or because of what it's made of, but it certainly doesn't sound like rock on rock. That's very weird. I don't know what that's all about, but it's interesting. Everybody. This is where we stayed last night. Fantastic little spot. The main road is down there, which you can see the other side of that bridge. It's beautifully peaceful and quiet. Nobody else came to join us, and it was lovely last night. We also did some videoing last night. We put the camera on the roof to try and see if the Aurora Borealis was out there, and it was a tiny little bit we could see it. Well, we couldn't, the camera could last night. And now we're going to go for a little pre-breakfast walk. It's pretty chilly this morning. but we're hoping that when the sun starts to warm everything up, it'll start to warm us up as well. Let's hope so.
It's actually a lovely day. It's not nearly as windy as it was yesterday,
No,
which
not
is
nearly
nice.
as windy. We're just going to see what's up this little valley here.